everybody, I hope you're doing fantastic. We are making potato soup tonight in the slow cooker. Using my slow cooker is one of my favorite things to do because we are busy. And so tonight we are having potato soup and I can't wait to share it with y'all. So all I've done is wash some potatoes, peel and cube them, chop some onion, a little bit of carrot, and garlic. I'm gonna pop that into my slow cooker, add some broth, season it up, simmer it for the day, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to make a roux and a cheese sauce to add to it, and then how to get it to a creamy consistency. Okay, so I've got all my ingredients in the slow cooker, and I have about 4 cups of broth. I'm just gonna add this straight in here. You can use any broth you like. If you wanna keep it vegetarian, you can use a vegetable broth, or you can use chicken broth, whatever you have. This is just some seasoning salt. And whenever I'm cooking with potatoes, I season pretty heavily. This is just a mixture of salt and pepper that I'm adding now. You can kind of see. I'm actually just going to use my dish, pour it right in. And then I'm going to use a little bit of oregano. Just cover the surface area. My favorite Greek all-purpose. I like to use a lot of that. You can see that. And then this time I'm going to use a little bit of Tony Sastries to give it a little bit of a kick. Not too much, because I want my boys to eat it. And then all you do is give it a good stir. And I'm going to cook it on high. If you want a little more broth, you can add another little bit of broth to it. Or you can add some water, because you're pretty heavily seasoned here. So water would be fine too, which I might do because I like to have a brothy soup. I'm going to thicken it up too with a roux and a cheese sauce. So I don't want to be too dry at this point. So I'm going to add probably about a cup or so of water to this and then go ahead and get it cooking. Okay, so you can kind of see the difference. I added 2 more cups and I just did water because my broth is really well seasoned. And so one thing I'll share with you too is you can actually add meat to this if you want to. You can add cooked bacon, you could add chopped ham. I've done a bunch of different things. And so this time though, however, I'm just going to keep it straight up potato soup with no meat. So just keep that in mind. A lot of times you can find the ham that's already diced up in kind of the deli section. And that is super yummy to put all in here and let that cook in there and let all that kind of meaty flavor kind of penetrate through your soup too. All right, so I'm gonna put this on and cook it on high for about 4 hours and check it and see what we've got. So now we're gonna make a roux and do a cheese sauce to add to our slow cooker potato soup. I have 4 tablespoons, which is 1/4 cup of butter. I like real butter. I love real butter actually. And then I also have about 1 tablespoon of olive oil as well. I love to use that combination when I'm making a roux. And what I'm gonna do is melt this down and then add some flour to it and then cook my flour down just a bit to get that raw flour taste out. Okay, my butter and olive oil are combined and melted. I'm adding about 1/4 cup of flour. And what I'm gonna do is just whisk that for a little bit and cook out that raw flour taste. So about 1 minute, maybe 2 or 3, just depends on how I'm feeling. Just mix all that goodness together. I've cooked my flour and butter and olive oil down, and now I'm adding my liquid. And so here's what I want to talk to you about. You can decide what you want. You can use evaporated milk. You could use evaporated milk and half and half. You could use heavy whipping cream. You could use milk. I am using almond milk because that's what I have right now. I've used a can of evaporated milk and half before, and that's a really good creamy flavor. So it doesn't have to be set in stone, and that's what I love about cooking is you can make it whatever you have on hand. So now I'm going to cook this up and kind of thicken it a little bit, and then we're gonna season it and add some cheese. And we're making a cheese sauce that we're going to add to our crock pot here in just a bit. Okay, so this is mine. I ended up using about 3 cups of unsweetened almond milk, and you can see that it's ready. And so all you do is take your cheese. I'm using a mix. You can use whatever you want. You can shred it yourself, which is what I actually prefer. I feel like it melts better. I'm using, what am I doing? Colby and Monterey Jack. And you just put that in and make a cheese sauce. You can actually do mac and cheese this very same way, and it's super creamy and yummy. So this was 2 cups. You can add more or less, depending on what you like. And then you just combine it and add salt and pepper to this because your soup is already seasoned. You can actually taste the broth of your soup too at this point. Mine has been cooking for 4 hours on high. My potatoes are fork tender. And so now I'm gonna add this Rooey ooey gooey cheese sauce to it. And I'm gonna cook it. Again, we're not really ready for dinner right now. So I'll probably cook mine on high for an hour or so and just let it naturally thicken up with this roux. So I'm gonna add this to the crock pot and keep on cooking. Okay, so I added my cheese sauce right to the top. Cheese sauce right to the top. And then all you're gonna do is just gently mix all that goodness in. And it changes the whole color of your soup. Isn't that amazing? Look at that goodness. Ooh, Lordy. Smells so good in here, you guys. As always, I love to do that for my family. I feel like it's comfort. Like I always want my kids to like remember my cooking when they get older and like remember the way our house smelled and felt. That's one of my life goals as a mom. All I'm gonna do is cover this back up and keep on cooking it for about an hour or so on high. Okay, so this has been going for a couple more hours after I added my, oh yeah, that's good, my cheese sauce to it. And so I'm going to show you a trick. You can take an immersion blender to it and just kind of pulse it where it's chunky. Or you can just simply take a potato masher and just mash it a little bit. This will make it creamy too. Just give it a good mash. You don't want them all mashed up. You want some big yummy bits in it. So you can kind of play around with the consistency that you like. You see how they're kind of mashing up. So after I have taken a potato masher to it, I'm going to kind of show you the size that I like to. This is the size that I like to get mine. You just finish it off with a handful of cheese. Yes, more cheese. And then I like to add some sour cream to mine. So about a cup, if I can get this out. And that's it. The seasoning is perfect. I'm just gonna let it sit on low until my family is ready for this to be our dinner in our tummies. Y'all, I'm so excited about this. Comfort food is my total weakness, but I love it and it's okay. This is the perfect, it's just like a very creamy consistency with a few chunky bits in it. That's how I like mine. So you can see that's kind of a big bit. But I put cheese and sour cream and Louisiana hot sauce on mine. That's the best. You can just see the texture. The veggies are in there. There's a little bit of carrot and onion. Ooh, y'all. I cannot wait to snuggle up on the couch with a bowl of this yummy goodness. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless y'all.